I saw the comment at 11:47 p.m. We were lying in bed together, her head on my chest, my arm around her shoulders, the blue light from her phone casting shadows across her smile. She typed it casually, like it meant nothing. Some connections never die, heart. Under her ex-boyfriend's photo, a selfie of him at some beach I didn't recognize. She hit send, locked her phone, kissed my neck. "I love you," she whispered. I stared at the ceiling and said nothing. Maya and I had been together for 2 years. She'd told me about Derek early on. High school sweethearts, broke up when he moved across the country for work. Clean break, no drama, ancient history, she'd said with that perfect smile. I'd believed her, why wouldn't I? But now, at midnight, with her breathing softly beside me, I couldn't stop seeing those words. Some connections never die, with a heart emoji. I waited until she fell asleep. Then I carefully slid her phone from the nightstand. Facial recognition unlocked it while she dreamed. I scrolled. The messages went back 6 months. Not every day, just enough. Late-night conversations about memories they shared. Inside jokes I'd never understand. Photos she'd never mentioned taking. "I miss how you used to make me laugh. Remember that summer in Portland? Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if you'd stayed." Nothing explicitly sexual, nothing I could point to and say, "There, that's the line." But it was there, in the space between the words, in the frequency of the messages, in the way she saved his contact as D with a single blue heart. I screenshotted everything, sent them to myself, deleted the sent messages from her phone. She never stirred. I didn't confront her the next morning. I made coffee, kissed her goodbye, went to work like nothing had changed. But everything had changed. I watched her differently now, noticed things I'd missed before. How she angled her phone away when texting, how she smiled at notifications I couldn't see, how she'd started mentioning an old friend who was going through a tough time. Derek was going through a tough time apparently, and Maya was there for him, the way she should have been there for me. I started checking her location. She'd shared it with me months ago, back when trust was still a word that meant something. Most nights she was where she said she'd be: gym, coffee shop, her sister's place. But twice in 1 week, her location showed an address I didn't recognize. I drove there on a Saturday afternoon while she thought I was playing basketball with friends. It was his apartment building. I sat in my car for 3 hours. She never came out. I gave her one chance to tell the truth. "Have you been in contact with Derek?" I asked over dinner the following Tuesday. She barely hesitated. "Derek? No. Why?" "Just curious. You mentioned him the other day." "Did I?" She laughed, light and easy. "I don't even remember. That was so long ago." She reached across the table and squeezed my hand. I squeezed back. And I knew. I created a fake Instagram account, found Derek's profile, sent him a message from Jessica, a woman who'd supposedly met him at a conference. He responded within minutes. We chatted for 3 days, friendly, casual. Then I asked, "Are you seeing anyone?" "It's complicated," he wrote. "Reconnected with my ex recently. She's still with someone, but we're figuring it out." "Does he know?" "Not yet, but she's planning to end it soon." I stared at those words for a long time. She's planning to end it soon. That night I cooked her favorite meal, set candles on the table, poured wine. "What's the occasion?" she asked, smiling that smile I'd once loved. "Just wanted to do something special," I said. We ate, we talked. She told me about her day, weaving lies between bites of pasta. When we finished, I pulled out my phone, placed it on the table between us. "I need to show you something," I said. Her smile faltered. "What?" I opened the screenshots, slid the phone toward her. She went pale. "I can explain." "Derek told Jessica you're planning to leave me," I said, voice steady, cold. "Were you ever going to tell me, or were you just going to let me figure it out when you moved your things out?" "Who's Jessica? What did you—" It doesn't matter who Jessica is. What matters is that you've been lying to me for 6 months. What matters is that I gave you a chance to tell the truth on Tuesday, and you looked me in the eye and lied." Tears streamed down her face. "I'm sorry, I didn't mean for it to happen. I still love you." "No," I said, "you love the idea of me, the safety, the comfort, but your heart, that's somewhere else." I stood up, put on my jacket. "Where are you going?" she asked, voice breaking. "I already moved my things out this afternoon. The lease is in your name. You can have everything. Please, can we just talk? There's nothing left to say. You made your choice 6 months ago. I'm just making mine now." I walked to the door, stopped, turned back one last time. "Tell Derek I said congratulations. He can have the version of you that lies." I drove home to my new apartment, poured myself a drink, sat in the silence. No anger, no tears, just clarity. Some connections die exactly when they should, and some people aren't worth the effort of holding on.